Peace, 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 family. Peace, peace, peace. Rise and grind. Rise and grind. And it's on once again. Your favorite power couple is in the building. Have my queen right here next to me. Y'all know how I do.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, she ready this morning, boy. She got her head done right and all that. Ah!
You done went too far.
Hey, I done went too far. Rise and grind, family. Rise and grind. Rise and grind. Queen Aisha Williams is in the building. Queen Aisha Williams is in the building. Thank you so much for tuning in, Queen. We greatly appreciate that. Appreciate the love. As we stay the family, we are the founders and co-founder of Uwapele Movement. Uwapele Movement, we focus on your spiritual, physical, and your financial well-being. We are serial entrepreneurs. We are real estate investors. My queen and I, we have multiple businesses online. We have a networking business entitled Synergetic Network Group LLC, where we are your community liaison for entrepreneurs and consumers. We focus on building business-based generational wealth. Also, we focus on other investments such as stocks and doing foreign trade, and we focus on real estate investments. These are the things we focus on. We focus on your spiritual, physical, and your financial wellness. For those who are entrepreneurs as well, if you'd be so kind to put this information in the comment block, which is your business. Put your business information, if you would be so kind, out there in the comment block. Grand rising to you too. Hey, Auntie Penny, my auntie. Grand rising to everybody. Grind, 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 grind. It's rise and grind time. Rising and shining. The queen and I out here getting it in, going for our walk. We dedicated our time every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to come on here and to drop some nuggets with you guys as we are getting our physical fitness on. We want to make sure that we contribute to people's mental fitness. So we thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd be so kind to put your city and your state, if you would be so kind again to put your city and your state where you're tuning in from, that'd be great. We're getting ready to start here in a minute. Okay, again, put your city and your state. Also, if you'd be so kind, for those who just tuned in, I see Siski. Siski, hopefully I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, please forgive me. But I want to thank you for tuning in this AM. Siski, thank you for tuning in. Okay, greatly appreciate that. Again, if you'd be so kind to put your city and your state that you're tuning in from, that'd be great. Again, your city and your state. Also, if you'd be so kind to put your business in the comment block, that'd be great as well. The reason being is because we want to support you. Okay, I say this all of the time. All right, Pompano Beach, Florida is in the building. The No is in the building, where my queen is from the No. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate that. Again, you would put your business out there in the comment block. Again, we want to support you. As I say all the time, is that nobody can support, purchase any products or services from a business they don't know anything about. All right. So again, we're in the building. Thank you. One of our mentees is in the building, Queen Tammy Buckley. If you haven't already, make sure that you follow our good sister. She's a speaker and author. From my brokenness to wholeness. Absolutely powerful, 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 empowering, enlightening read. She does a program, and she invited us to come on the program, my queen and I, to be able to share our knowledge and our wisdom and our understanding. And so she's a perfect example of what we're going to be talking about on today, which is time for solutions. Her and Brother Reginald Orr, they seen that there was a need for financial wellness, also spiritual wellness, physical wellness as well. And what did they do? They came together, they constructed a program to talk about relationships and to be able to bring healing into the community, because it all starts at home. It all starts at home. I hear a lot of people talking about public education, but for anybody that knows anything about a wealthy mindset, the wealthy don't get wealthy off of public education. This is something we have to understand. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. The wealthy know that you don't get wealthy off of a public education. Okay? The 1% that you know that is wealthy, they have private information. I'm gonna say it again. The wealthy that you know about are wealthy because they have private information. I want you to think about this for one moment. If everybody had the information that they had, do you think anybody would be broke? Do you think any of us would be broke if the wealthy knowledge is common knowledge? Then guess what? Millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires will be common. I'm gonna say it again. If the knowledge of the wealthy was common, then millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires will be common. The reason why that they have uncommon wealth is because they have uncommon knowledge. I'm gonna say it again. The reason why the wealthy are wealthy is because they have uncommon knowledge. That's why they have uncommon wealth. You got to surround yourself with wealth. If you want to magnetize wealth into your life, this is the law of attraction. You got to surround yourself with wealth. What am I talking about? People with wealthy mindsets. People who have information that is going to help you to be financially wealthy. Not only just financially wealthy, but also spiritually wealthy. Because see, here our program, we focus on the whole man. We focus on your spiritual and your physical well-being. Because first of all, I say spiritual because your psyche is the mind. So your mind is spiritual. Okay? And how do you know what somebody is thinking? By what they say and or what they do. So, you know somebody is wealthy because you don't hear wealthy people saying, I don't feel like it. It's not about the way you feel. It's about what you need to do. In order for you to have what you need, you have to do what's necessary. So we're talking about being solutionaries on this morning. Okay? We're talking about being a solutionary on this morning. Calum Essenia, thank you for tuning in. Justin Mercer, thank you for tuning in. Let's see what we have going on out here. Okay, all right. We see businesses out there. Queen Tammy said that is true. Queen, you got anything you want to talk about on this morning? Anything you want to add on the subject matter?
Pertaining to the topic, being a solutionary, for us, it's just so easy to get bogged down in the things that may be happening in our lives, happening in our finances, just happening in general. We're so bogged down to at times we don't even look for the solution. You know what I'm saying? You have to go forward with saying, okay, yeah, there's an issue here. Whether the issue be in my emotions, whether the issue be in my finances, but what are the solutions. I recall of a time when I was working on my job. I had been there for maybe 16 years. And I was in a great position. I had an office that overlooked Fort Lauderdale Beach with 6 windows. Everything was beautiful up until a certain point. And I began to get agitated within myself. And I knew at that time that the job was not the answer for me. I don't care how much I was making. I don't care what the benefits would look like. I don't care how long I was at that job. I realized that there was an issue that needed a solution. And the solution, of course, was me leaving that job. So in the process of leaving that job, what did I have to do to prepare myself to walk off a job that I had benefits galore? What did I have to do? I had to line things up. I had to go into what I always call process management.
Yep.
If I want to get from point A to point B, what do I need to do? Do I need to put money away? Do I need to put money away? Do I need to investigate or research on things that I can do outside of that job to produce income? What is it that I need to do? I think that we should take less time focusing on the problem and more time focusing on the solutions.
Wow. That was powerful. That was powerful. My goodness, I hope some of you captured that. Hopefully you're sharing and inviting, because sharing is caring is not just a cliche, it's what we live by every day. Okay, attitude of servitude, we're here to serve you. And we're taking out this time to help renew your mind so you can go to higher heights. In order for you to go to higher heights, you have to have a higher consciousness. Okay, and we understand it starts in the mind. Listen, we thought our way out of the situation that had surrounded us. Although my queen and I was in poverty, we did not have a poverty mindset. That's the reason why we were not taken captive by poverty. Okay? I want some of you to catch this. I want some of you to understand this. Okay? It's not your location. It's where your location is of your mind. Again, it's not your location. It's the location of your mind. In other words, where's your mind at? Where's your mind at? Just because you're in it, you can still be out of it. What I'm talking about is, just because you're in the midst of poverty doesn't mean that you have to partake of poverty. Okay? You have to think your way out. You have to think your way out. Okay, now we're talking about it's time for solutions. The reason why you don't hear my wife and I complaining, the reason why is because guess what? We make it happen. We make it happen. The reason why we're not begging, because we don't position ourselves to be beggars. Either you take control or be controlled. Again, either you take control or you be controlled. You are in control. You are the one that write the narrative to your life. And some of us, we don't understand that. Some of us, we limit ourselves to our ethnicity. We limit ourselves to our zip code. We limit ourselves to our gender. And we tap out. And that's the reason why we can't enter in, because we tap out instead of tapping into the information that's helping those who are wealthy to get where they are. That's what we have to do. We have to, my queen, she said it earlier. And you know what she said? You know, she said she sought. She sought after it. She went after it. Okay? And she asked questions. You understand? She read books. She asked the question, how do I do this? I mean, I hear the wealthy, talking about tax mitigation. How did they do it? How did they get wealth? See, a lot of times we're not inquisitive enough. a lot of times we're not inquisitive enough. We're not asking questions. See, it's what we don't think about that hurts us. Exactly. You know, we're more inquisitive about the gossip that's going on. We spend more time listening to garbage, and that's why our lives get trashed, because we spend more time listening to trash rather than listening to information that is valuable, that's a treasure, that's going to help our lives to be prosperous.
Yeah, I would like to add to that also.
Go ahead, sweetheart.
In the process of me making a decision within myself that a job is not what I wanted, a job is not what the thing that was going to take me over the top. So, of course, you know, we have to investigate, we have to educate, we have to gather information. So what would happen with the time that I knew that I had to be on the job to prepare for my future, day in and day out, I listened to audiobooks, sitting right there at my desk, 8 hours a day, audiobooks. And this had gone on for maybe a couple years. Audiobooks on wealth, audiobooks on things that could propel me, audiobooks on retiring fast, the FIRE movement that they have now, where you're retiring early. Audiobooks from Robert Kiyosaki, Gary Vee, you know, just to name a few. You know, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, How a Man Thinketh, how the thing is.
It's all right.
I forget the name of that one, the one about As a Man Thinketh. You know, so what I'm saying to you, in being a solutionary mindset, dig into that where the
man
place
in Babylon.
Right, that place that you want to go. Get to know those people, whether it be through audiobooks or through regular books or through watching their program. Get to know them. Eat up what you need. And I'm gonna say one other thing in regards to, and that was just to position yourself to be in a wealthy place. In regards to family, in regards to our children, as we know, I have a 30-year-old, yeah, and some grandkids. But when my 30-year-old son was in kindergarten, we lived in a horrible neighborhood. They bused my child from our neighborhood to a predominantly white school, and they were mistreating the children really bad. My son got into kindergarten, and the teacher, she began to say, he's a slow learner. He this and he that and all this other kind of stuff, which I knew was a bogus lie. Because you don't tell me what my kids can do and what they cannot do and what knowledge that God gave to them. I didn't sit around and complain and let my child stay there and say, this school said this. No. I snatched my son out of that school immediately. I placed him in a school where I knew that he would be treated equally. And from that point on, my son has never failed a grade. He's never failed an exam, an FCAT exam, or anything like that. So do not allow people to tell you what you can and you cannot do. Be the solution to every issue that comes up in your life.
Well said, my queen. Let's see what we got going on out here. Queen Ray Shelley, she said, this is good. Queen Tammy said, that's right. Either you take control of your life or be controlled by others. Queen Aisha, she said, exactly. All right, so we thank you for tuning in. So now, family, let's not make this thing complicated. One lesson I've learned is don't bring unnecessary roughness in your life. Okay, let's not make excuses. All right, listen. One thing that the wealthy mindset will tell you is this right here. You got to stop whining and start grinding.
There it is.
Again, stop whining and start grinding. Okay? Broke people whine. Wealthy people grind. I'm going to say it again. Broke people whine. Wealthy people grind. Okay? Listen. My queen and I, we came together and we sought out those who have the information And in fact, what we did was we invested. We invested in literature. We are where we are today because we invested in literature. We invested in courses. Matter of fact, even on this morning, I just invested in a $500,000 course. Yes, I did. I invest in my education. Accurate information. Listen, accurate information applied, okay, will correct error in your life. Okay? We have to correct. Good morning. Good day to you. You know, so what we have to do is we have to correct our mindset. The reason why we're in the situation that we're in, our people, is because of the mentality that we have. Okay? We have a beggar's mentality. We have a little red hen mentality. We want somebody else to do the work and just come in, you know, and then we just want to come in and sit at the table and feast.
Wait for somebody to bring
you know, and wait for somebody to bring something to us. And that's the problem. See, we're sitting there and we're dying. We're sitting there waiting. And the reason why the problem is not being mitigated is because we don't get it. You got to put in the work for things to work. You got to move in order for things to move. You understand what I'm saying to you? Okay, so again, like I said, this morning I took on my mentor, you know what I'm saying? I invested in the fee that my mentor charges. I didn't ask him, hey, could you bring the price down? Could you give me a discount? You understand? That's a poverty mindset. That's a poverty. How much value do you have in you being prosperous in your spiritual life and in your financial life, or even in your physical fitness? Listen, some people, they'll say, oh, eating healthy is too expensive. But when you start comparing the prices, you start seeing that majority of those items is the same price as the GMO stuff or as the non-GMO stuff. It's the same prices. But see, you know, people will pay an extraordinary amount of money for some red bottoms. We'll pay an extraordinary amount of money for a Louis Vuitton. We'll pay an extraordinary amount of money for Gucci. And see, that's a poverty mindset. If you're willing to pay for things that depreciate, that's why your life is not appreciating. Because you're investing in things that really have no value. See, some people, I don't think that they catch what I say sometimes. Listen, I say this all the time. I would rather have Lamborghini and Rolls Royce and Bentley money. I'm going to say it again. I would rather have Lamborghini, Bentley, and Rolls Royce money. Brother Amar, what are you saying? Because a Lamborghini and a Bentley and a Rolls Royce is a depreciating asset. I would rather have the wealth. Because then what I can do is I can take the money and I can reinvest the money. I can flip the money, okay, and I can multiply my money times 10. And then I can invest in assets that's worth more than that Lamborghini, and that's worth more than that Bentley, and that's worth more than that Rolls Royce. And guess what? I cannot leave that as generational wealth. It depreciates. It depreciates. So see, what you got to start doing in your life, you got to start learning information that's going to cause your life to ascend rather than descend. You got to put information in your life that's going to cause your life to appreciate instead of depreciating. This is the reason why we put more value on looking good, okay, looking the part rather than actually being the part. See, this is the solution. The solution is the transformation of the mind. The transformation of the mind. Listen, family. We send our children to school to get an education that has been proven to us for decades that is not beneficial. Why do you keep sitting there and keep complaining about economics not being taught? That's to me, that's embarrassing. You as an adult are complaining about somebody not teaching your own child. Why don't you know? Why don't you know that information to teach your own child? Why are you sitting there complaining about your child don't know this? You don't even know it. So why don't you know it? Why aren't you taking out the time to educate yourself so then you can educate your child, and then your child can educate your grandchildren for thousands of generations to come? Listen, what property you need to look at investing in is your intellectual property. When you purchase intellectual property, it'll help you to accumulate physical properties. And it will also help you to be able to maintain those assets that you accumulate. And it'll also empower you to be able to multiply, okay, to add to your life. Then you can divide, okay, because you're able to multiply it. Okay, I want to thank Queen Elaine Wilson for tuning in. Want to thank King Stu for tuning in. Okay, want to see what you guys are saying. She said, Queen Aisha Williams, she said, I recently learned that we should have a trust for our business and real estate. All right, now somebody talking wealthy talk. See, now we talking about that private information that I was talking about. See, now we're talking that wealthy talk. And real estate to keep the government from taxing your family 50% when you're gone. Absolutely. And we should protect our property using the UCC. Okay, the UCC codes. Awesome. Okay, let me see what else is out here. Brother Stu said, what it do, bro? Morning message. I had to learn to to rinse my mind out of materialism. See, that's exactly what it is, family. We got to start knowing what's more valuable. Queen, do you have something else you want to add to this?
About 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, in regards to materialism, you know, I was telling my husband, one of the things that happened during this coronavirus is the bunch of narcissists who wanted the crowd, who wanted the applause, who wanted the stage, so they can go on stage and parade their material that they quote unquote have acquired. They may be having a little hard time now because they can't feed that particular energy. Materialistic things are not the things that are going to take us to the next level. You know what I mean? It does not exactly mean that you made it because you got an extra bill. You know, we want to acquire some material things so that our family did not have to go through as much as we had to go through. At least they have a roof over their head. At least if they needed $100 for a college course or something, we could grab and go get it. Or if they needed a couple dollars for some shoes or what have you, we have it. We're not simply just trying to acquire wealth just to look good. We need that for our generation.
Woo! Woo! That's it right there, family. That's it right there. Good day, you too. You're welcome. Okay, family. So hopefully you guys had captured that what the Queen has said. See, the thing is this right here, right? This is a sad truth right here, that we acquire things to show off. Okay, whatever we doing, we need to be doing for our family. You know what I'm saying? For our family. That's the bottom line. What we need to be doing is doing things for our family, but we too busy trying to impress rather than invest. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Some of us, we some good looking broke people. We some good looking broke people. We look like money, but we don't have no money. We driving Land Rovers, we driving Land Cruisers, but we don't own any land. I'm going to say it again. We're driving Land Rovers and we're driving Land Cruisers, but we don't own any land. See, that's a broke mindset. That's a broke mindset. And then we want to whine and complain about the wealthy that come out of poverty, like my wife and I. And then everybody want to talk about, oh, come save us. Come save us. But you spend more time on YouTube and Facebook than in your financial education. Okay, you can tell us what's going on with Will Smith and with Jada, but you can't tell us what equity is in your house. You could tell us what the latest gossip is, okay, but you can't even tell us who Benjamin Banneker is. You can't tell us who Queen Yasantiwa is. You understand? Because we're not investing in our education. See, listen, the only thing that's going to eradicate poverty in our community is accurate financial information. And this is what the solution is to our problem. The solution to our problem is the teachers teaching and then the student applying, okay? The student applying what they're taught. Okay, it's a two-way thing. It's a two-way thing. My people perish for the lack of knowledge because the teachers did not teach them. Okay, and also because they reject knowledge. So guess what? Some people don't want to hear financial information because it's boring to them, but they broke. You don't have time to learn, but you broke. Huh? Okay? So you don't feel like listening, you don't feel like studying. So that means to me then that you feel like being broke then. You like being broke. You say you don't like being broke, but you're not willing to put in the work in regards to what it takes in order for you to accumulate wealth. Listen, my wife and I, as I discussed, and this is not me boasting, again, I come from the hood. Okay, I know what it is to stand in the welfare line. I know what it is to get credit at a corner store. My wife and I, we didn't buy properties in Memphis, Tennessee, cash, free and clear, over having a broke mindset. I refuse to accept what was going on in my community, going on around me. I refuse to live a broke life. You understand me? I refuse to allow my children to be raised in a impoverished community. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of us, we spend so much time trying to call ourselves keeping it real. Keeping it real to who? Forget keeping it real, and how about get some real estate? Keeping it real to who? Who you supposed to be keeping it real to? A lot of us, we grown and we still think like we still think like adolescents. We still trying to show off and flaunt and but we broke. We got GoFundMes. We don't have a whole life insurance policy. We don't have these type of things. You know what I'm saying? We partying and drinking and smoking and getting all involved in all this foolishness, but we broke. And then we want to complain, and then we want to point the finger at wealthy African people who don't come back and save lazy behind African people who sit on their behinds and don't do nothing but doggone turn the channels all day and smoke and get high and get drunk. And I'm tired of hearing about, okay, drugs in our community. Okay, when guess what? Who's the one who doing the drugs? Who chooses to do the drugs? I'm not saying that drugs isn't an issue, but who chooses to do the drugs? Who chooses to get drunk? Who chooses to get high? Who chooses that? Listen, understand me. Listen, the tempter and the tempted are equally responsible for the dilapidated state that we're in. The tempter and the one who yielded to the temptation is equally responsible for their own self-destruction. See, you're gonna get it raw here. I'm gonna give it to you raw, with no chaser. I'm gonna give you straight shots. Okay? Because enough of the pity parties. Get up, get out, and get something. Get up, get out, and get something. Stop looking for a government. Can't you see they're not going to give you nothing? Can't you see that? Can't you see nobody coming out of the sky? We've been told that for centuries. We've been told that for hundreds of years. And the last time I checked, our ancestors had to get up, get out, and get something. They had to fight. Madam C.J. Walker didn't get wealthy by just putting in a prayer. She worked. She worked. Okay, all these brothers and sisters that y'all talking about, all these wealthy celebrities and everything else like that, they worked for it. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Oprah Winfrey, all of them, they worked. Just like my wife and I, we worked. We didn't make six figures by sitting there and eating popcorn all day, eating tater chips all day, and we didn't pay off houses by, come on, man. Come on now. Stop. Stop playing. See, listen, that's what the problem is. We on recess when we should be in class. We on recess when we should be in class. Okay? So, you know, enough of this. That's the reason why I have no sympathy for people, you know what I'm saying, who don't want to do nothing for themselves. I only take out my time to teach people like Brother Stu, him and his family, him and his cousin, and she's on here right now too. We sat down and we had a conversation about real estate. They were serious. They took out the time. Sister Ray, Queen Ray, she's on here, okay? They took out the time to sit down and get a class with my wife and I to learn, hey, how can we build wealth? Now that's what you call somebody who's serious. Somebody who asks, how did you do it? But see, some of us, we spend too much time complaining about, oh, they won't come back here and save us. Oh, so I guess it's our responsibility to do the work for you. So you're saying it's our responsibility to do the work for you. Okay? You don't have nothing because you're not doing nothing. You're on recess. You're on the playground playing around. Some of you not even willing to invest $20 in your education, but you want to complain about being broke. I had invested $500,000 in my financial education. I woke up this morning seeing who I can bless today. I looked at the stock market, watching my Queen and I investments, okay? My mentor, he sent me the link this morning. I invested in the class this morning, okay, so I can learn how to trade, how to build wealth for my family. I don't sit here and complain about what somebody not giving me. I make it happen for myself. My wife and I, we make it happen. In fact, that's what we getting ready to do now. We getting ready to go in here and take a shower, and we get ready to package up some of the packages that some of you have ordered, and we getting ready to ship them out. We getting ready to put in another 12-hour day. We don't make six figures by sitting around twiddling our thumbs and waiting for something to fall out the sky. You're delusional if you think that, family. Okay, you got to shake it off. You got to put in the work. Michael Jordan didn't get where he was. Brother Kobe Bryant, peace and blessings be upon him. He didn't get where he was by being lazy. Don't want to study, don't want to research, don't want to read, don't want to listen to programs. You tune out programs like this. You just, oh, well, I'm going to overlook that one. But you broke and you struggling. You in debt. You understand? Some of you guys tithing, giving 10%, and you don't even have any sense. How you going to give 10% and you barely have anything yourself? How you going to take care of somebody else and you can barely take care of yourself? You giving 10%, but you barely have any cents in your pockets. That's all you have is cents. Some of you don't even have a dime or nickel to rub together, but you giving it to somebody else talking about, oh, God going to bless me. You know, it amazes me how a lot of people don't want to talk about how tithing not even mentioned in the New Testament as far as it being enforced. And I have to say this. I have to say this because Yeshua, for those of you who follow after that, Yeshua, he just said to the Pharisees and Sadducees, he said, you tithe a 10% of your mint and your root. Okay, even Paul, he talked about tithing, but you never see it enforced. And in fact, some of these people, they're not even Levites. You check the Bible. You check Malachi chapter number 1. It says to the house of Israel. And tithing, and guess what? When they tithed, they didn't even tithe money. Do your research. Look it up. Look up the 10th of the 10th. Look up the 3rd year of tithing. Look these things up and you will see that it was never money. And look up Levitical priesthood tithe. Look that up. Look up Levitical priesthood tithe. Look it up. Look up the tithe to the Levite. It was only for the Levitical priesthood. I'm going to say it again. See, this is the reason why a lot of people broke too, because of these lies that people are teaching. And we've been raised on these lies. And so many people, they're giving away, you know, their money. They're giving away their money to somebody else rather than taking care of themselves. I refuse to sit here just for views and for likes and lovers and watch my people continue to be broke. It's not happening. Not on my watch. Some of you are not suffering for Christ. Some of you are suffering because of the lack of knowledge. Because you don't know. But I'm going to give you the information so you can go back and you can research for yourself. I'm tired of seeing our people being broke. I'm tired of seeing our people struggling. This Negro got a doggone Rolls Royce and a Bentley. He got on Louis Vuitton, or she got on a Louis Vuitton dress, and y'all running around here struggling, talking about, oh, I'm suffering for Christ. Oh, I'm suffering for Jesus. No, you're suffering because you don't have knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Even Yeshua said, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's. Uh-oh. Don't want to talk about that. It says the wicked borrow and don't pay back. But yet these preachers want to tell you, oh, no, tithe. No, tithe. No, give it to the man and woman of God. I'm tired of seeing our people being taken advantage of by these people that's pimping them. They trying to use that story of the prophet Elijah, right? I want to share this. I'm getting ready to close. And this is a fact. Read that story about the prophet Elijah. It never said that the woman gave all. He said, give me some. Oh, man. Go check the record, family. Go check the record. Fact check what your brother telling you. I'm trying to tell you something to set you free. These people don't know what they talking about. They be lying. They be handling the word deceitfully. Go check the story about the woman. Some of you may not know what I'm talking about. It says that she had the oil and the oil kept, going because he said, give me some. And when you read it, you'll come to find out she only gave him some of what she had, not all of it. Some. It's time for us to be set free. Okay, so the solutions to our problems, and I'm ending here, is that, listen, if you know the problem is financial illiteracy, then guess what? You need to educate yourself. If you know the problem is sickness and disease, then you need to find holistic remedies to bring healing. Okay? If you know the problem is discord, then you need to find out how can we bring unity. The solutions to our problems are very simple. If we know that we're being miseducated, then we need to bring that right education. Okay, so start being solutionaries. Okay, again, stop whining and start grinding. Peace and love and power. Thank you all for tuning in on today. Again, this is yours truly, Amar Amari. I want to give a shout out to my brother, King Kevin Dorval. My brother said, speak, Pastor Amar. Hey, peace and blessings, my brother. Thank you for tuning in, man. My brother said, King Kevin Dorff said, put in the work. Glad I stopped waiting for my blessings to fall out of the sky. All praises, I'm glad too. Queen Safar said, it's time to put in the work. Build your pipeline. That's right, family. Brother Amun, he tuned in. Thank you, Brother Amun. That's my fellow Marine Corps brother. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. A fellow warrior, man. For those of you who are looking for a real organization to support, please make sure that you find out through my brother Amun what you can do. Our brother provide protection. He seen that the community wasn't protected, and our brother is a solutionary. He started Anubis. Okay, I myself personally, I made a donation to Anubis. Anubis is our own personal militia. Okay, you take the Constitution. We can have our own militia. And our brother has a creditable militia. Okay, listen, our brother has a creditable militia. Okay, Brother Amun, Takala, Imhotep. Okay, he's on here. If brother, if you still on here, please put your information in the comment block so people can support a real militia. Okay, my brother is a fellow Marine. Okay, him and I both served in the Marine Corps. I was a marksmanship trainer. Okay, I served 20 years in the military. Okay, another thing I did was I provided security for a civilian when I went to combat because he could not carry a weapon, so I had to protect him when I was over in combat. Listen, I almost got blown up 3 times when I was in Iraq. Okay, I'm a trained marksman. I was an 8th award expert. Okay, I trained people how to shoot weapons. I trained people how to fight in war. Okay, and our brother, he was an infantryman. He did it in real life. Okay, so if you need any type of guidance and training about weapons, okay, about being able to protect yourself, listen, reach out to Brother Amun and see what you can do to glean from our brother and also to support his organization. Okay, this brother is real. He's the real deal. Trust me, I know. Again, I was over a rifle range in Stone Bay, and in North Carolina. Okay, I worked at Stone Bay. I taught marksmanship all day long, taught people how to shoot all day long, taught people war tactics all day long. Okay, and this brother, he knows what he's talking about. I promise you, he knows what he's talking about. Okay, so all right, family, I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. You be blessed, and that's it.